meant to be in the great outdoors, forever free.
Good morning, YouTube. So today we have something really interesting going to happen. It's about 6 a.m. right now. I was just going to go feed my animals, but I also have a truck coming in and fishermen. Today the plan is I have to get this lake netted. I've had the water level been dropping for about 3 weeks now. Because today the plan is to have it netted, and I'm planning to harvest roughly around 500 kgs to a ton today, and the remaining couple of tons will be done spaced out over the next 2 months. So stay tuned for today's episode. I'm going to show you guys how it's done, basically how the truck comes, how do we transport the live fish, we take it to the mandi, the auction that happens, and everything involved in that, and how fish farming could be a really lucrative venture to add to your farm, apart from just the additional source of income, but also how it has completely changed the environment here on the farm in terms of the birds that it attracts and the microclimate it's created. So stay tuned, a lot of interesting information coming up. And the truck is here, so I'm going to show you how it's done in India. So first things first, when the truck comes, they line it with tarpaulin, so it's like a makeshift poolish kind of thing, and then they fill it up with water, and there's ice in the water. Before they net, the first thing we do is we get them to disinfect the nets. I use potassium permanganate in a large drum of water, and they disinfect the nets by drenching it in it and rinsing it off. That makes sure that because these guys are commercial netters, they've been netting all sorts of lakes, and that makes sure that if there was any disease in someone else's lake, that's not going to affect mine. So that's being done right now, and I will update you once that's done, because that's about 20 minutes into that. Once we're in the water, the video will carry on. फुर्ती है इनमें ना, वो मशीन की वजह से आती है। All the fish are just jumping over the nets. Oh God. And those are... वो दे सब भागे। वाह। बर्थडे गए, सब बर्थडे गए।
So, a little update. We finished the netting and we are en route to the Mandi. This truck in front of me, that's the one which is carrying my fish. And little mistakes, not mistakes, well, I'll say lessons that I've learned today are that, okay, number one, I should have probably brought my water levels much lower, is because I didn't account for the rain in the last couple of days. It's been raining cats and dogs. I probably should have started pumping out water about a week before what I'd done this time. Because the water levels were still about 5.5 feet, which is very difficult for the netting because about 80% of the fish all escaped. Number two, what I noticed was the aeration. I should have probably stopped aeration 2 weeks prior instead of just a week prior. Since the fish have been really active, a lot of them jumped over the nets. They broke past the joins in the nets. So, though I planned for about 500 to 1,000 kilos today, I was only able to net 230. Now, it's not too bad, it's still a fair haul, but it's not what I had estimated for and it's not what the plan was. Anyways, today's harvest was essentially for reducing the population so the growth gets better. So then as the winter months progress, we progress into the winter months, the rate of fish increases, so you want them to grow faster and bigger, so you demand higher rates. So let's see how it goes. I will keep you guys updated once I am at the Mandi. I've already spoken to the auctioning agent. I just told him I'll be reaching him shortly in about under an hour's time. So my slot is booked.
And we are at the auction house in the Mandi. So this is where we bring all our fish. He's the big main dude. He's the RF guy. They will check on quality and accordingly the rates are decided. And then farmers get paid cash in their hand as they leave from there. So that's the truck out there, which is ours, which I have to unload. I'm just waiting for 2 more trucks to finish and then it's my turn. Till then they pump air into the water so the fish don't die. The way the auction happens out here is actually very interesting. What happens is, it's not like a standard thing that you go in one place and then your lot is there and then everybody starts bidding on it. It's more like they'll take out samples from your truck, they bring it out, and then the buyers, basically all the meat shops and all in town and the restaurants and all, they come, they see what it's like, and it's like they call it a boli. They talk and they discuss the price there and then it's decided. And then according to that, they will take out how much they need. So it's like that, they keep clearing out all the trucks. And we are back from the Mandi. Now, the Mandi went really well. Now, if I have to speak on behalf of the Mandi and the industry as a whole, aces. We fetched a really good rate for our fish, and the only downside was on my part, was the quantity that I managed to take. And we already know what I did wrong was the water levels, the aeration. They were way too frisky. The water levels was too high. I should have brought it to 4 feet or below, because that's when the fish, you can just easily net. The fish can't really escape that much. Anyways, there's always next time. We live and learn. Now, for a farmer, why should you get into it? It's if you compare it to traditional farming, there's no really that much of a labor input. There's no constant fertilizer inputs. There's no manual weeding inputs. All that. It's just you set it up and you feed them and just keep your daily checks. Check on the water and the health. That's all. So it takes about 20 minutes in the morning, 20 minutes in the evening. So it's not back-breaking work. It acts like a standing FD, because once the fish are up to size, it just depends on the farmer. As in, when you feel you want, you can just net and take it to the mandi, auction your fish off, and you've got cash instant with you. You've got liquidity. So a fish farm is very liquid, which no pun intended. I mean cash flow liquid, so it's good for a farmer. It changes the microclimate in your farm. Like out here, I mean, right now it's really humid because it's a still day today. So that's what happens. But I'm in Haryana, in Sona, so normally in the summers you get really hot loo, which is the dry wind, which when it hits you, it's like your skin burns. Yeah, your plants, your crop, they all actually wither up. So since we added the lake, it gives when the hot wind hits the lake, it actually gives a nice cooling effect to the entire farm. It's attracted a lot more birds. It's attracted the good kind of the good insects we want, the butterflies, the bees, all that. And no, it will not attract mosquitoes, because this is aerated water. It's not stagnant water. And also the fish species that you put in the lake can also help you control that. I've got fish species that are eating the mosquitoes. So there'll be more videos on the lake later, which I can also explain to you. How do you select species for your lake? Because the idea is to build a self-sustaining ecosystem. Because when I did this, I did not want it to be so much that I'm constantly at it every day. I mean, I am at it every day, but it's to a point where they can sustain themselves. I just have minimum inputs. I didn't want it to be like a very commercial thing that you can't do without labor, because I'm finding that a big problem in today's world. It's very difficult to find good workers who take pride in their work. So yeah, it's just very it's very easy to make the aquaculture business self-sustainable. And yeah, another benefit, it just really looks fun, very pretty. Almost cursed, forgot about this YouTube thing. Anyways, yeah, it makes it really beautiful. I mean, how many people can say you got a lake in your house? You can go swimming when you want, and so life is pretty good. So I'm going to even end this video with since we get lovely sunsets in this time of the year. Probably there's going to be a really nice sunset this evening as well. So I'm going to finish this video with that, and see you next time. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. So don't forget to like, share and subscribe. That would really help me out. When you're starting out in this, I believe there's this algorithm thing, right? So it'll help us jump onto the algorithm and really grow this community that I'm trying to do out here. So till next time, cheers, and see you soon.